2018 meeting of the Rotary Club of Sebastopol Sunrise. Welcome. Peace, train, and a Happy New Year to everyone. And I think we will have a pledge, Gus. Oh, Gus, here you go.
Please rise. Raise the flag.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Reach your neighbor!
Hey, haven't seen you.
Maybe Friday if I need a check, I can come by your house. Okay.
Nice to see you. Okay, so our songmeister Joe is actually, I guess I can tell you this, he's having cataract surgery, so he'll be back with better eyes, better vision. He'll be able to see right through us. He's told me he's getting Superman vision, so we better watch out. We better not cry. We better not pout. I'm telling you why. But Bill is going to help me with the song, and we're going to sing Winter Wonderland. How about that? Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he's a Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Here we go. We did it. You guys are great. What a chorus. All right. So my team, Summer. Adrian? So Adrian is going to give us a little I am me talk today, but he also will be handling the mic. Adrian, thank you. And Lori and Kathy, but Kathy was unavailable, but I saw Helene doing a wonderful job greeting people.
Yes, Helene did.
Thank you, Helene. And Marty too, of course, Marty, yes.
Thank you.
Can't forget Marty. Mark, thought du jour.
This is from Patrick Henry. It says, the liberties of a people never were, nor ever will be secure, and the transactions of their rulers may be concealed from them.
Amen. The transactions of the rulers may be concealed. Patrick Henry came over from Ireland or something to tell us what's right, and what to do as colonists and so forth and so on. Visiting Rotarians, do we have any, Lori?
Yes, we do. Here we go, right at the center table. We have South Norrico from South Ukiah. He's the past president.
Welcome.
Morning.
Charlie can represent it, no problem.
No, Charlie's the past district governor. There you go.
Hey, Charlie. Welcome.
Never give a PG a mic, right?
Yeah, but PJ over there can turn the mic off at any moment.
Not too
Which
much
we do
longer.
for our president.
Yes. Yes, turn me off.
Welcome. How long did it take you to get here? Hour?
Do we have any guests? No guests on this pre-holiday meeting. Membership moment, Adrian. But before Adrian comes up, I would like Bruce to talk a little bit about the importance of vocations in Rotary, in our Constitution, and so forth. Thank you, Bruce, very much.
Sorry, it's off.
Charlie said, never give a pass, it's for Governor Mike. The Fourth Avenue of service in Rotary is vocational. And for a large number of years, it kind of took a backseat to the other three, and now we got five when we had to do service. The reason that you are a member of this club and a member of Rotary has to do with your position in either your vocation or the community. You represent that vocation or that position in the community. So it is incumbent upon you to represent it in a way that makes us all stand proud and to reach out beyond yourself and get somebody else within your vocation to help come join us. The reason why we want multiple vocations is when we do a project, if we were all lawyers, and I don't think we have any real lawyers in
No comment. That's his sting. I wanted him to get up here and talk about honorable vocations, and they're all honorable. They're all honorable. Bruce, and we have to remember that.
They are all in fact honorable. And the reason we have a diversity of vocations is when we go through a project, if we were all lawyers and we need some concrete, well, we have to go out and find somebody that's a concrete dealer. And we need lumber, we have to go find a lumber yard. But if we have those people within our club, it makes the whole project idea a lot better. So I encourage you to look at yourself, figure out what vocation and what portion of the community you represent, and help us continue to grow the club.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Adrian, thank you so much. And Adrian, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do, and we're delighted to have you. Thank you.
Is this on? Yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Adrian Engstrom. You probably know me already, but if you don't, nice to meet you. My vocation is that I am a writer and editor and social science researcher. It's pretty broad and flexible because that's how I like it, how I like to live my life. In 2011, I graduated high school. 2011 through 2015, I went to the University of Oregon, and I studied folklore and sociology, a double major. During that time, I focused on religions and conspiracy theories, fringe subcultures, extreme religious movements, and political views. Very cool stuff. If you guys want to talk UFOs with me anytime, please, I'm all ears. Then I went to Nepal, where I taught for 3 months. I taught English. That was a jumping off point for me to go to Japan, where I taught English for 2 years. I really love cultural immersion, and I gained a lot of personal growth from those experiences. And then I've returned from Japan, and since 2017, August 2017, I've been working as a writer and editor and social science researcher, trying not to sell my soul to the corporate man too much, you know, I'm a bleeding heart. Yeah, I do various jobs for different clients. If you have any writing you need done, if you need any financial analysis, I've been getting into that. I've been doing social science research on subcultures, on nonprofits, including the nonprofit for which I taught in Nepal, and understanding how we can fit our services to that unique environment. Are there any questions? Can I clarify anything for you?
What is social science?
What is social science? It's the study of this crazy thing called society that has us all getting up and meeting each other at like 7 a.m. to have coffee together, which is really bizarre if you think about it, that we're drinking this bean grown in Brazil, processed into a drink, and we all just love it and we get hyped up on the caffeine of it. There's so much to unpack there, you know? We don't really examine that much about our everyday lives. So,
You blog about it?
yeah, I do. Yeah, I have a blog.
What's your blog?
My blog is adrianengstrom.com, my name. So feel free to visit. It's
Why did you move to Sebastopol?
I grew up in Sebastopol from when I was 6 to 18. So I'm coming back, and Marty was my principal.
That explains it.
Well, I was in Italy for 1 year, so just like anyone else?
Retire, Adrian was there.
You say you mitigate working for the man. Who are you working for?
I can't tell you that. I'm under an NDA. Ooh, that's spooky.
So it shows up through your blog who you're working for?
No, not really. It's a project for a private market research company. So just the products that I create are very,
Wonderful.
Right.
I want to see your blog.
Okay, great.
Were you in Nepal when they had the earthquake?
Yes, I was. I wasn't in an area very affected by it, but I was on the 3rd story of a hotel. And the shaking lasted for like 70 seconds or something. It felt like 5 minutes. It was intense. So I was fine, obviously. Yes.
What are you doing in your off time when you're not being a superb Rotarian?
I'm writing. Usually working on my own projects. I'm a huge nerd. I like just reading about psychology. One of my pet projects, as an example, is this spreadsheet I have that tracks every activity in my life, and I'm constantly tuning in to make it more accurate. I just love data. Yeah.
Adrian,
Yes.
so you're in business for yourself, is that right?
Yes.
And how do you go about getting jobs? Do you circulate? How do companies know that you're available to assist them with the development of content?
Well, so far what I have done is I've worked a couple of retail jobs before I started getting the jobs that I wanted, helping people write and edit the ways that they wanted. And I started getting the jobs that I wanted by just telling people in conversation, hey, I'm a writer and editor. I make newsletters, I work for nonprofits, I do social science research. I'll do a trial project for anyone. I'll give you some amount of work for free so you can see if it's good or not and then decide to hire me. That's just worked out really well. People have come up, they've had opportunities, and everyone has been happy.
Yeah, I mean, our club is in the market for someone to help us. Help us with our content on our website, and I know that Bill Schludius will be talking to you, but we're honored to have you.
Thank you.
So, let me see if I can get this going. We're here today, our speaker will be talking about rivers and clean water and so forth and so on. This is really an emphasis of Rotary International in general. And I have a brief video I'm hoping to play for you about this subject. Let me see if I can get going. And so, this is not about clean water per se, but it's about the importance that Rotary has recognized in water and sanitation around the world. It's critically important for peace and for good living. I didn't want it to be too loud.
Touching water is a lot of work. These women probably make 5 trips like this a day.
Sorry, trying to get the volume right.
I got the volume, man.
You got it? Okay.
You just work the film.
Sorry about that.
Fetching water is a lot of work. These women probably make 4 or 5 trips like this a day. This project will bring water right into the home. And these aren't just Rotary projects, they're community projects. These are their ideas. They'll do the work and take care of it as they own it. The 6 to 8 hours a day these girls spent fetching water is now spent at school. Water changes everything.
There we go. Water, the importance of water. Indeed. So birthdays and anniversaries, we've got a ton of them. And it's a target-rich environment for me, for, shall we call them gratuities? Wayne! January 5th, see this is, we've got almost a 3-week run here.
Wow, you're early.
Yeah, but we don't have a meeting until January 9th. Our next meeting is January 9th. I know you guys are going to be missing me a lot, but
Who be the judge?
Dreamer. Well, I haven't even thought about my birthday yet.
yeah. So well, it's too early to even think about it.
Yeah. Christmas is next. My son's birthday.
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Son's birthday, really?
Today? Yeah.
So how old?
My
Alex,
son-
right?
Yeah, he was born in '71, so I guess that's gonna make him 47, huh?
So how's Hip Pizzazz going?
It's good. We had a Christmas party there last night with all our employees. We had a fun time. I made liquid nitrogen ice cream. I had some liquid nitrogen left over. I did a couple of gigs this week for some school kids, you know, with the magic stuff, and it was a lot of fun. You know,
Awesome.
Fifth graders, they just love it. They're just crazy.
Well, I love what you do with your magic show and with vocations and with youth. So thank you very much. And the gratuity is only $10, Wayne.
Well, I might even have 10. I'm not sure. Thank you.
Bruce! Oh, Bruce! Again, this is a bit in advance, isn't it, Bruce?
Yes, it is.
But, you know, for a man of your stature, maybe it's not too soon. A man of your knowledge and your understanding and your even disposition, maybe it's not too soon, Bruce. So what do you have a plan?
I have no plans whatsoever.
Oh.
Normally what happens on my birthday, and I don't think it's going to happen this year, is I celebrate my birthday with 300 to 500 of my favorite Rotary friends, and President of Rotary International comes up after the Rose Parade. But we haven't heard anything about that this year, so I think I will just take it very quiet and easy.
How many times have you been to the Rose Parade?
Never.
Oh, this is, you do it via television?
Yeah, but the President of Rotary is always on the Rotary float.
Oh, okay.
And after that, in the past, he's always come up to Northern California for dinner. And that's where we get to sit down and bob and nob with a lot of people that you shouldn't give a microphone to.
Well, Bruce, a minor little gratuity of $10. We love so much to hear from you. I wouldn't pass up the opportunity, Bruce.
$10 isn't bad for somebody that's going to become 80.
Oh! So, fun fact, the first house I lived in was on Colorado Avenue, what's the avenue that the Rose Parade runs down? That was the first house I lived in Pasadena.
Colorado Boulevard.
Born in St. Luke's Hospital in Pasadena. Can you believe it?
I believe it.
Yeah, there you go. Louis! 1220. So what's up? What are you going to be doing?
Well, actually already started. I had a Sunday night, sort of a family birthday over at La Bodega Kitchen, which we love doing. That was very nice. My wife hosted that for my family. And today I'm going down to do my ritual visit to Tadish Grill in San Francisco.
Oh, yes.
I'm going with my friend David. His birthday is on the 23rd. And we celebrate birthdays for the past 44 years. And I have my Tadish Grill jacket that we all three wear, so they see us coming. The staff knows us. I have a third friend that came in later.
Who's driving home?
My son Ethan.
Oh, good.
So that's sort of it. And then I'm glad to feel so young today. Thank you, Bruce, for being 80, because I'm hitting this. A decade younger, maybe a century younger, I'm not sure. That's about it.
Yeah, well, good. Have fun down at Tadish's.
Thank you, we always do.
Great martinis.
Nobody wants to sit next to us.
Good Caesar salad. Good fish. So Tadish has been around since like...
It's for someone who doesn't consider
Fine.
Birthday, Kathleen.
He misspelled it.
Money, huh?
Yeah, fine 'em. I'm running out of fines, actually.
I paid up.
Too bad.
I paid up, sorry.
Marty,
But I'll pass it on if you want me to. Tuesday's Christmas, the next Tuesday's New Year's, and the next Tuesday's my birthday. Boom.
Two after.
Barbara, I spelled this right. Member anniversary.
Yep.
What do you think?
Well, guess how many years? Total.
18.
Total.
Total years.
48.
29. I joined Petaluma Valley Rotary in December of 1989.
Wow.
So I've been here 18 years.
Well, welcome. It's great to
And
have
I
you.
kind of think, and you'll hear more about it January 9th, my trip to Mexico for the dedication, that, I don't think I could have done any better for celebrating it than doing the dedication at Mono Amigo on Saturday. It's just all about exactly what Rotary is.
So we'll have a little spot from you on January 9th, right?
Yep, I'll have pictures and I have stuff to present.
Yeah, so coming back around, that little film that we saw about water is something very similar to what we're doing in Tanzania, right, Jerry? Exactly. Dale, sure.
Just a quick update on our Tanzania project. We got another club coming in for $3,000, a private donor for $2,000. So we're getting close, and I'm still working on a few other clubs. And the most exciting thing, I've been going to the Interact Club with Louie and Bob, and I got the kids in Tanzania talking to the kids at El Molino, and they're exchanging emails, and their head girl there says the conversations are hot. I'm not sure what that means in Tanzania, but sounds good here.
And as of the conversation, I want to give recognition to Natalie. Sometimes ideas come from all over the place, and she had the idea of having the kids communicate somehow club to club. And Jerry has his project simultaneously. So I want to give a shout out to Natalie there for her suggestion, which I gave to Jerry. He puts it together. I just stand in the background and take credit.
Oh, and one more exciting thing. The kids got so excited about, that these girls have to carry water for 4 kilometers each way to the well. They want to have a fundraiser where they're going to have a 4-kilometer walk or run or whatever to, show people how far, and that's only one way. So they're going to do that hopefully in March, and they're going to raise money for the project there as well.
Are they gonna carry water?
Well, we're thinking maybe, they could carry an empty bucket, or they can try carrying water if they want.
Maybe we'll have one where they can pass person to person and see if they go 100 yards.
Here at Sebastopol, they'll be walking the Interact.
Well, probably in Forestville because it's in El Molino.
But we're looking to see if maybe behind our Rotary float, they can do get a procession of everybody carrying an empty bucket. That's an idea. And then I have other students out there handing out what we're doing and asking for donations.
Anyway, yeah, so
Thank you.
lots of good stuff going on.
Yes, indeed. Thanks. Gail, member anniversary. I guess
To me,
it
like it's
was.
after,
It was, right? It last
no.
week, or it will be. Do I have the right, it's, what is the date?
it was in January.
Really?
Yeah. My birthday is on January 12th, which is probably why that's there.
Oh, dear.
And my member anniversary is sometime later in the month. So it seems to me that it's a little previous.
It is a little previous, and I apologize. I will show you what I got on the website. So.
We find him.
Thank you, Gail. nice to hear from you.
Nevertheless, it's been a pleasure all those years.
Thank you. And it's me too, January 8th, times 5. It's hard to believe it. Time flies when you're having fun. Time flies when you're having fun. This Rotary Club has been a substantial part of my life for the last 5 years, and I hope I've done some good. Jim, wedding anniversary, Eileen, right?
Thanks for the reminder.
December 24th, do you have any plan?
It's tough, it's Christmas Eve.
I know, so what do you do with that?
We're having a little party with friends, and I'll probably get on a knee and pledge my undying devotion.
Yes, something simple like that. Okay, thank you.
Right.
So, thanks to Marty. There's Scott right there. He was partying down at the party. Thanks for your party, Marty. Party Marty. Announcements, December 25th is the holiday dinner. December 26th is no meeting, and the second no meeting. January 4th is the first Friday. And Bill and Brian arranged for something at Woodford, right? And January 9th is our next meeting, and March 23rd is the Parisian Rendezvous, and we'll get back to that. Do you want to say something, Mike?
I just wanted to say that the first Friday at Woodford is also going to include the Noon Club.
Right.
A joint first
Okay.
Friday, so.
And the 2030 Club currently. Rod, go ahead. Can we have a mic for Rod over here?
Well, it says well. That's not any better. But you can hear me over there, PJ?
Yes.
They're gonna hear you real soon.
What?
Go for it.
Eh?
Last chance
No, you,
for the year end.
did you turn on the mic? Is it red?
It was red. Now it's red again.
Oh, use your voice.
You like my voice? There it is. There you go.
I know that.
This band switches us off. Last chance for Rotary Foundation this year. You can put in $100 and it will be matched. So you get credit for $200. You got to get the check to me now, today, or you can bring it to the house before the year end. Or you can go online and to Rotary Foundation and look for the donation thing to click on, and it will guide you right along, and you can make your donation online, but you have to tell me if you did that so I can get your matching amount in before the end of the year.
Very good. I just did something with Barbara that I should advise you of. We did get, Helene, you had indicated to me that we need to get in our Paul Harris contributions before the end of the year, right?
Correct.
And what is the significance of that? What if we don't?
It extra
tax credit for this year, so that's the kicker there.
Well, it's 2 for 1. It's 2 for 1, that's what I like.
Our holiday dinner. Kathleen, would you like to say something? We do have a few pictures here we'll get to in a moment. Go ahead.
Okay, so here we go. Friday, we made 292 tamales. It took us 2 hours on
Here we are, tamales.
2 hours on the dot. And we had 7 of us, and then the next day we had 14 of us, and we did 308 tamales in 1 hour. Boom.
Yeah.
I hope they're good.
And thanks to all. There's Michael and there's so many other folks. Who were some of the folks there?
Bill Schlutius, his wife and daughter, I want to say.
There's Bill.
And
PJ.
And then Brian Purcell's buddy came with his daughter, and
Ellie
and PJ and Ellie were there, and we have some people that just get turned on to our site now. So Patty Selwyn, who used to own a big advertising company in Sonoma County that I knew 25 years ago, she was there with her husband.
Great.
Ruben. And who else?
Well, there's this fella.
Well,
Mario.
Yeah, Mario, he has all the corn husks soaked for us, the mozzas made, and the fillings, and we really got it down now. The first weekend we did it, the first year it was like, we had this mazza box that, the whole thing, and there was mazza everywhere, and it was like 9 o'clock at night, all we wanted to do was go home. It's not like that anymore. What's that? Well, Michael McLaughlin, he's the tamale king. So, as I call him, he is the Christmas subcommittee food chairperson. So that was great. And then, this coming Saturday from 11 to 2, decorations and setup, and then the toys will start to be coming in. And then Sunday morning, Michael is leading up a team of peeling potatoes. So, feel free to drop by with a potato peeler at 9 a.m.
Bring your own potato peeler.
Yeah, definitely, you gotta bring your own potato peeler. And that's 9 a.m. at the church. And we're probably gonna have number 1 potatoes. Now, for those of you who have never peeled our potatoes, number 1 versus number 2 potatoes is a really big thing, because you don't know, you've never seen the number 2s. They're not pretty. So this will be a lot easier to peel these potatoes. And then we're going to be doing, setting up toys, also like 11 to 2. There's a few of us going to be meeting to set up those toys. Monday morning, we don't have anything formally set up, but hopefully we'll get the hams that day if Marty can work that day out. I'm picking up Clover, any last minute toys, the cakes go into the room. So if you want to bring coats or jackets, 11 to 2 Saturday or Sunday will work fine. And then Christmas Day comes, and has everyone gone to the signup.com? Besides Bruce, has everybody looked at the sign-up sheet? Anybody not seen it? Okay, so we've got great sign-ups. We always have a few volunteers that come in anyway, but I will tell you, because we took some people off, we have 1 spot to serve food in the morning and 1 spot in the afternoon. That's big. That's like the prime real estate. No one wants to be a dishwasher, let me tell you. Or I know.
Scott!
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. Scott's on the first team, but we don't have a second team yet. So that's sort of what. So that's what we're sort of missing is the later afternoon spot. So a couple of dishwashers would be great, and if anybody wants to deliver homes to, food to any of the elderly around town. And everybody is welcome from 4 to 5 or 4 to 5:30, because the more of us there are, the faster it goes. And I'm really into making time records.
Thank you very
So-
much, Kathy. So we'll all get together and have a great time on the 25th and the 4th. Thanks very much. Very briefly, we want to introduce our speaker here. But Parisian Rendezvous is the new name, as I understand it, of our spring event. Do you want to talk briefly about it, Michael? We really have to move along here.
Yes, so we had a good turnout for the meeting last Thursday, and I sent a message to the club that we decided to give a Parisian Rendezvous name and suggest a theme. So we're moving forward with that and have a meeting with our auctioneer in January. Hopefully we'll have more to talk about.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Michael. And you all know, you go to the Paradise Rotary site to donate. And speakers, Helene, would you come up and introduce our speaker? And Salvador, you have a computer you want to connect? Maybe, Michael, you can help Salvador connect his computer. I think we just take this.
Brant can.
This cable.
Good morning, fellow Rotarians. It's my pleasure this morning to introduce you to Salvador Rico of Ukiah. He is the proud father of 4 wonderful children, just ask him. He married Jennifer, who is his soulmate in his business, Alliance Motors in Ukiah. His daughter Sydney was an exchange student to France 2 years ago. So this family is really involved in Rotary. Salvador joined Rotary Club of Ukiah in 2007 and soon found himself working on a river project, cleaning the Russian River. And so his story begins. He is one of the few people that you will meet who was written up in the Rotarian magazine a couple of months ago in September. So it's my pleasure to welcome Salvador this morning.
Good morning, everybody. So, one of the things that I've been involved with, a little bit, just a little bit, is on the river cleanup project. This started back in 2009 when our very own PDG Charlie Kelly and our Rotary Club were invited to do a river cleanup project on the Russian River in Ukiah. Since then, it has sparked an interest in me to do more river cleanups in different parts of the world. And it happened to be that this lady that we know here, PDG Helene, gave us a challenge when she was district governor to do a signature river project in our club. So I approached her and I said, hey, what do you think doing a river project in Mexico? She was extremely busy. She just had come down from the podium talking on the district assembly. I said, sure, why not? Later on, she said to me that in her mind was, who is this crazy guy coming over and asking me to do a river project in Mexico? But sure, why not? And that's the beautiful thing. Why not? Why not doing a river project somewhere else? And why not? Because it makes sense. So moving forward, we have done projects in different parts. One of them being in Ecuador, and this is one of the reasons why. We have an issue with pollution everywhere. Chris Brockett can tell you right now, on the Russian River, every single day, on the regular basis, he's picking up trash. Because ourselves, even though we live here in California, where we have services, we still have issues like this. Or like that. That's more like the Russian River, right? Thanks to Helene and Bruce and Charlie, they suggested that we speak to Bill Boyd, past president of Rotary International, Bill Boyd. In 2016, I went to South Korea as a president-elect. Charlie was gracious enough to help me develop a flyer And he said, go to Wazra, go to the Water Summit, speak to Bill Boyd. And they sent an email to them. So I went, I met him, and I said, this is what I want to work on. It's a water project, it's a water and sanitation project. Can you help us out? Since 2016, a lot of things has happened. Nicholas Mancas, which at the time was the vice chair of WASREC, has been a very, very supportive person to continue promote river projects in different countries. WASREC, if you don't know what that is, it's Water and Sanitation Rotarian Action Group. And if you guys are not part of our Rotarian Action Group, ask yourselves, what is your passion? What's in your heart? And find a Rotarian Action Group and sign up, join it. You will be able to do more things, more than you can think of. One of my heroes, past President Rick King, I also shared that idea about the river projects, and he said, go for it. You know, don't let anything stop you. Frank Devlin, obviously, we share that information because we were working in Mexico. So him being a past president of Road International from Mexico, we had to ask for his help. This in here is until 2016. Bill Boyd told me, there's a couple from South Africa that wants to do a river project. You need to find them. This is before the Road International Convention started, okay, a day before. So we're looking for them at the Water Summit, couldn't find them. The very last day of the Road International Convention in South Korea, when everything was over, my wife and I were having coffee at the House of Friendship. Across the table was the couple that Bill Boyd wanted him to meet 5 years earlier. I kept this picture because they took that idea to South Africa to do a river project in their country. One of the things that I focus on in South Korea is giving the flyer to Rotarians from India. That was my focus. I said, we need to plant the seed to do river projects in India. And at the end of this presentation, I'm going to tell you why. So we gave approximately about 500 flyers to promote river cleanup projects, and most of them went to Rotarians from India. Obviously, the project developed and has taken us all the way to Ecuador. And here in this picture, we have the gentleman in blue is Luis Alberto, nicknamed Beto. He's a passionate Rotarian, and he obviously loves Pachamama, which is Mother Earth. And so he invited me to Ecuador to speak to the locals about doing a river project in Ecuador. And here we have guides and the commander from the at the time, the Ecuadorian Navy. He by then has retired. Then the guide took us on a tour on the Puyo River. I told him why I was invited to Ecuador and that we wanted to do a river project in Ecuador, do a river cleanup. The guy told me, he said, why are you here? We have a pristine rivers. There's absolutely no garbage in the rivers here. It's a beautiful, pristine jungle. I told him, stop right here, please. We went down in this patch of the river. And as you can see in my hand, I took up plastic from the trunk of all the bush, of the little tree. And those kids there, they are actually part of an educational program that the Ecuadorian Navy started. They call them the Defenders of the Jungle. So I told them, kids, this is what we're looking for. Even though it looks pristine and nothing but vegetation, just look down to the bottom. The plastic gets trapped on the trunk of the tree, and that's what we found. We collected there probably about 3 garbage bags full of plastic. And I told the guide, I said, you see, even though that you are in the jungle, everything from upstream, which literally upstream is Quito, Ecuador, comes to your jungle. So it is not about that you have a problem, that you're causing the problem, because you're not. It's us that live in the cities that are causing the problem that is affecting you. As you see there, there's an officer from the Navy with the kids helping out getting the plastic out of the vegetation or the edge of the Puyo River. We went and visited several communities. In there, for some reason, they said that they gave me a crown and told me that I'm the king of the rivers. So, what are the things that we can do as Rotarians? One of the things that I did is, with the new relationship with the Ecuadorian Navy, I partnered with them and I said, you know what, there's more that you can do because you have equipment, you have boats, etc. The rivers here are much more, they carry more water than the one, the Russian River, of course. And so this river right here is about 120 kilometers, called the Napo River. I donated them $1,000 for them to do a cleanup on the entire river from head to toe.
It's huge.
And what did they use the money for?
I've been on the Nile.
Food and water for the volunteers and for the sailors. The Navy paid the fuel and obviously the salaries of the sailors. But just to give you an example that we as Rotarians can do a lot of things, not just simply do a hands-on cleanup. Or you can help develop a program. So the goal with this was to start a program with them, through them, so they can continue doing on a regular basis. As you see that in this picture, we have the sailors and some of the volunteers at the Navy base. Some of the pictures of the pickups that they did. This picture right here, actually, thanks to the Rotarian, Veronica, which took the idea all the way to the Galapagos Island. And with the help of the Navy officers, their families, they did a pickup of trash along the Galapagos Island right here. What else can you do as a Rotarian? Well, the District 4400 has agreed on the next 3 years that all the district governors will promote river cleanup projects in their district. How big is the district? Well, the entire country. And in there, there's the manual for the 2018-2019 year. What is highlighted are the 5 things that they're going to focus on. And one of them, river cleanup projects. Down here is in Colombia. Thanks to the communications and sometimes the projects start, Charlie told me one time, a lot of the times the projects begin in the bathroom. When you're washing your hands, you're talking to somebody that you don't even know, and then all of a sudden a project develops. In Atlanta, Georgia, at the convention, we met a lady from Colombia. She had been kicked out from the Airbnb because she complained of how dirty the house was. So Beto said, Salvador, we have a house with 3 rooms, can we give her a room? I said, by all means, of course. And Alicita, that's what we call her, Alicia Acosta, since then has been a great partner in doing projects. We helped with the Venezuelan issues last year. They developed a project to make sure to give food and water and medicine to those kids, to all those people that were leaving Venezuela, which by today, actually the United Nations has actually stationed in the same house that where we sponsored last year those Venezuelans. The United Nations has a station on that particular house today. So anyways, Alicia took the idea and went to the city of Cúcuta, Colombia, and put together close to 1,000 people from all walks of life to do a river cleanup of the Rio Pamplonita. You might recognize that picture. If you guys read that Rotarian magazine, that is the picture that is in the Rotarian magazine that talks about the river project. So, is it only rivers that we need to focus on? Nope, absolutely not. anything related to pollution. In here we have an illegal dump site that is in Tlaquepaque, Jalisco. The last March, we put together close to 165 people to clean up this site right here. It is right on the side of the road. The reason why they started that is because they thought, the people were thinking that they were doing a good thing. There were two homeless living right there on the street, and they were giving them their recycling. Well, at the same time, they were giving them the garbage. And it became literally about this high and as wide as this room and close to 50 yards long. So it took about 4 dump trucks, garbage trucks, to take it all out, close to 30 metric tons of garbage. The problem with this particular site is when it rains, that road becomes a creek and it goes directly into the river. Do you recognize that gentleman? My pastor. You know how tall he is, right? Well, look at the height of the truck and the amount of garbage that he had to carry on the outside of the truck. Those are some of the officers that the municipality sent us. They sent us about 65 police officers to help us out clean up the dump site. Plus Rotarians, plus volunteers, and the entire crew that they use every single day to pick up garbage. The entire crew came over to help us. Yes.
This was Mexico.
Tlaquepaque, Jalisco, Mexico, yes. Yes. When I started the project in Mexico, I started because I wanted to go to Rio Lerma. Rio Lerma is, I believe, the longest river in Mexico and probably the most polluted. It comes from near Mexico City all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Obviously, connects with several other rivers and becomes Lerma Santiago. In March also, because thanks to WASRAC, whom accepted to do the challenge to all the Rotary clubs around the world, we did a World Water Day challenge, which we were asking Rotary clubs to do a signature river project by following the example of Helene's challenge, to do a signature river project by the time of March 31st. And so we went to La Piedad, Michoacán, where the river goes right in the middle of the city. A Rotarian put together 3 universities and 350 students. The students were so happy to be part of this, to the point that we saw some water tanks in the middle of the river, in the middle of the mud, and said, well, we need to have some equipment. There's no way we're going to get into that. When we turn around, there are 2 teenagers and then a third and a fourth that went to get this water tank from the middle of the river. They came back out with mud all the way to the waist, but they were so happy. They told Mr. Pepe, said, Don Pepe, we're finally doing something for a river. We're doing something. That was the best part. And the other part is that these 3 universities actually have a science and engineering department, which right now they're actually trying to figure out a program where we as Rotarians can actually jump in later on into how to clean up the entire river from head to toe. Can you imagine that? So we have 2 universities working on that, on the science department. Now what can we do as Rotarians? What if you know about a university here in California or here in the United States or in Canada that could partner with them? That's what we fit in. As you can see, those are the pictures of the cleanup on that particular day, but this is the one at the end of the cleanup. 350 kids, 3 different universities, Rotarians from Ecuador, from the US, Mexico, different states. I think I involved there, we probably had a good probably 10 Rotary clubs. Helene said that my family has the Rotary bug. This is my only son. He went with me on that particular cleanup, and he participated in every single cleanup event we did, especially on this one on the Rio Lerma. My daughter that went to France We went in 2017 in October to do a river cleanup again in Mexico, and she got her hands dirty as well. My 2 boys doing a Russian river cleanup here in Ukiah. That was last October. Ameka has been our partner since day one. In 2012, when Helene gave us a challenge, prior to that, we had just finished up a school project in Ameka with the Rotarians from Ameka in District 4140. And Charlie said, go and do the ceremony, but bring back a signature project, something that is worthwhile, something that is gonna make a change. I came back and said, I got it. So what is it? A river project. This is prior Elaine asking us to do the challenge. He says, are you crazy? Doing a river project? So yeah, why not? We're doing it already here in Russian River. Why can't we do it in Mexico as well? Well, since then, it has been developed and it has reached to other countries, so like I said. Right here, we have the Kayaker Club, and I forgot the name of the club, Newport Beach, California. Part of the water challenge, World Water Day challenge that the WASRAC sent out, they did this. So the things that they can do for fun, it can actually become a Rotary project as well. Ron Parkatari also participated in the last March. Our very own Charlie with our club. And I think there was Tiago, our exchange student, as well. This river cleanup project has also reached out outside of Rotary. This group right here, they are in, forgive me, I think it's Manasval Lake, which is on the edge of India. We connected through Facebook, and we told them what we were doing and what we promoted. They said, we will be part of the project, even though we're not Rotarians. And that is in India. Milan, I believe is called the Rotary Club that did that. And again, on the Manasval Lake, with this group. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's oh brother. I need to write it down. This is another river in India as well. Narmada River. So last October, I went to the Institute of Leadership to Mexico for Zone 25A. I presented this project to all the income and district governors. In the video that you saw earlier, the director, Jorge Alfranc, is the one that invited me to the institute. He said, you need to speak to the district governors, because without them, we can do nothing. So that's fine, I'll go there. He said, how many district governors? I was expecting 2 or 3. It's about 40. I said, Jesus Christ. So, since I've been doing these presentations, I actually had to join another club. It's called the Toastmasters. So I can learn a little bit on how to do the presentations better. I'm still failing, but I'm getting there. The point of this picture is this. They said, should Rotary Foundation consider to include environmental projects within the 6 areas of focus? From all the presence at the Institute of Leadership, 155 said yes. 6, I don't think they speak Spanish, they say no. And 4, they probably didn't drink their coffee, they said they didn't care.
Whoa.
So, what does that tell you?
They're not Let's do environmental projects.
That the environment is extremely important to us, to our own existence. That the river projects that we've been doing for the last 5 years have been literally an awareness campaign to wake up, to see, hey, there is a problem. Now the next phase is, what are the things that we can do as a Rotary Foundation, as a program? Because right now it's a trial and error. Right now it's a guinea pig project, but it's becoming deeper and deeper, and as we are recognizing that the environment is important for health, for economies, for the well-being of humanity, it's not a political issue. Forget about the political. That's something completely outside, has nothing to do with it. And one conversation I had with one Rotarian, they said when Rotary International started about the polio campaign, there was a lot of pushback from Rotary. It was not well accepted immediately. So it is not something that at this moment, talking about doing projects for the environment, obviously you're going to have some people that are not going to agree with it. And it's okay. It's okay to have some difference of opinion. But the biggest thing is, let's find a compromise. So we move forward to the projects that we have today in Ukai, just a few weeks ago. The cleanup that we did right underneath the bridge, because everything that we do in the parking lot, in our house, on the street, eventually we will find it, and Chris will tell you, we'll find it on the river, and if not, on the ocean. Education. Education, in my opinion, it is the vaccine to this disease. Education and awareness. So, Mr. Principal, if there is a homework I'm going to give you, is make sure that you influence in our country and in the world to implement environmental education as part of the basic education in every single school in the world. That is the vaccine. The things I want to show you, the Rotarian action groups that I have involved in this project has been Rotarian Action Group for Peace, Environmental Sustainability Rotarian Action Group, and the Water and Sanitation Rotarian Action Group. Why the Rotarian Action Group for Peace? Because in the last 5 years we have found that we need to learn how to do conflict resolution, how to communicate with others. One thing that I have found, and I was talking to Charlie on my way down here, is that environmentalist people, they have a big heart. They have a strong will. They want to get things done. But I find one thing that we, and I consider myself an environmentalist, we lack. And that is communication skills. Because we want to, this is gotta be done because this is gotta be done. We need to clean this river, it's gotta be done, and let's get done, let's get over it. Stop! Stop polluting. You are the problem. That's what we've had. Instead of saying that, I say, hey, come over and help me. We can do it together. And this is a new way of doing things. Guess what? If you invest as a company to stop the pollution from your company, you can get a tax write-off. That's an economic benefit. Inclusion, cooperation, communication. That's what Rotary comes into place. When I told that to the Rotarian Action Group for Peace board, they said, we want to be part of it. We want to be able to develop peace by preventing conflict when we're working about water projects, in this case, river projects. So that is the reason why 3 Rotarian Action Groups are involved in this project. Interactors are our future. The Interact Club in Bahia de Caracas has been doing the cleanup of their island in their bay since the International Convention in Atlanta, where I met one of the Rotarians from that club. He took it back. The Interactors have been doing the cleanup on a regular basis. As you can see, that's right in the mangroves. Wow. In India. And this is why I wanted to talk to you guys about this. We're working right now on a project to do a cleanup in the Ganges River. Okay? No easy task. We want to do it next February, and that's where I need your help. February 19th to the 18th. Why those days? Because have you guys heard about the festival Kiva Kumbh Mela? Where 40 million people go to the Ganges River. Can you imagine? You plant the seed on 40 million people? The big difference that we're going to be able to make? So again, that's what we're working on right now. What do I need from you? Contacts, phone calls. Anyone in Allahabad city that could help with this. District governors, zone directors, Rotarians that will be willing to donate to the project, to bring equipment, to start a project, to make sure that it actually gets cemented in the country. Kiva Kumbh Mela is a huge festival where the Hindu sees the Ganges River as the mother god of the water or the rivers. There's a group that contacted me and invited me to be part of that. At first I said, number one, how am I going to find the time since I'm already doing a lot of traveling to promote this project? God knows how, we'll figure it out. But the biggest thing is, in here, this festival, they invited also native nations from the American continent. And these groups that you see on the picture represent different environmental groups and different native nations groups as well. Pachamama, I believe, is one of them, and many other names that I cannot pronounce. But what they're trying to do is bring 25 elders from different native nations, all the way from the United States to South America, to name a few, representatives from the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, the Quichuas, the Sioux from central US, and many more. To get together, do a prayer at the edge of the Ganges River to make a plea to everyone to protect the waters, to protect the rivers. I was telling Charlie, in this issue of pollution, we need everybody to help, from every walks of life, from the scientists to the corporations, to the religious people, to the people that don't have any religions at all, to anyone that wants to get their hands dirty. We all live in one single planet. We all need to help each other. And pointing fingers doesn't do anything. Arguing doesn't do anything. Discussing on the table doesn't do anything. It's time for action. Today is the time for action. So again, this particular project that is going to happen in February, we all can help out in one way or another.
So important what you talk about, the environment, and I know Chris is going to give us a little presentation about what you did in Ecuador. Is that right, Chris? And I'm going to ask you very quickly to do something. There we go, bang, bang, bang. We, the people in this club, like to gamble a little bit. So if you would be so kind as to pull one of these tickets and read it to our expectant audience.
Last numbers, 416.
416, there we go. It is, let's see. I have a gift for you, Salvador, which I will get to you. I placed it over there and I'll get it to you. But, could you please approach, young man? You are the winner. One way or another, you're the winner. And a ace of clubs wins you this pile of cash, and your consolation prize is this beautiful bottle of wine. Paul, you brought this, didn't you? Or Jim.
And Paula you have the joke today, or?
That was last week.
Boy, find me $10. Right. There you go. Ace of Clubs.
Was it funny, Paul?
It was very funny.
Jack of Clubs.
You're close.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. So, let's see. Dan had the joke today, but Dan isn't around. So, this is a thought from Dave Barry. Once again, we come to the holiday season, a deeply religious time that each of us observes in his own way by going to the mall of his choice. So today we're going to do a special song to end our last of the year. I didn't think we needed. We don't. Bill, can you help? We're gonna sing Old Lang Syne, right? Old Lang Syne, because it's the last of the year here, folks. There we go. So take it away, Bill. We'll sing it together.
Oh, let's all stand.
So happy New Year, happy holidays to one and all from all of our Rotary family to all. Good old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang